Have you ever wondered what life would be like trying to live blind, let alone trying to fish blind? Even with the best technology money can buy, fishing can still be very difficult. The Vexillar has revolutionized the way anglers catch fish and locate fish. The Vexillar is a fish finder, depth finder, locator, whatever you want to call it. It's been around for many years, very popular among anglers, and increases their chance of catching fish. I'm going to run through the lineup of Vexillars, which one might be best for you, the basic functions of Vexillar, and the more advanced functions. So before buying a Vexillar, you want to go through and do a little bit of research and figure out which one's best for you. They have the most basic models, the FL8, the FLX12 like we have here, and the most advanced models like the FLX28 and the FLX30, which they just came out with this year, and I don't have that one here with me. So the most basic functions, well, I should back up. The FL8 and the FL12, FLX12 are the same thing. The FLX12, just a flat version of the 8. Very basic, very easy to use, very common among many starting out anglers. The FL18 and the FLX20 are the same unit. The FL18 is a little bit different display, not a flat screen like this brushless one here. And the FLX28 and the FLX30 are the most advanced ones you can get with the most advanced features. You're gonna, you get what you pay for. You low end of the cost spectrum, high end of the cost spectrum, middle of the road. So a little bit of research to help you figure out which one will be best for you. So we're gonna go through the basic functions here. Starting with the FLX12, very basic. You only have 2 buttons here. You have your range knob, which is essentially your power for your unit, and the gain knob, which will increase or decrease the target. I don't want to say this. It'll better or lessen how the target shows up on your screen. So if I go ahead and I turn this up here a little bit, you can see all this other stuff come off my screen. So if you can't see your jig down there, if you can't see a fish, just turn that gain knob up until you can just barely see it. So FLX12, very easy to use. FLX20, this is where you get into the 18s and the 20s and the 28 and the 30. They all have 3 knobs. Range knob, same thing, basically your power and how to easily set your depth. Mode knob, you have, let's see, you've got 6 different modes on here. I always keep it on normal as basic. And again, you have your gain knob, which also functions as your interference rejection. When I say interference rejection, if you're fishing with other anglers around and you have a Vexillar, 6 feet away, you're gonna have a bunch of random stuff show up on your screen from the frequency waves that the Vexillars are sending out. So you just push this gain knob in and it'll kind of work those frequency waves out. 28, same thing as the 20, same functions, everything else. This is just more advanced than the 20 is. So I'm going to talk about the advanced features, and we'll just go advanced features on the 28 just because of time. Starting off, you have your auto feature. None of the other units except the 28 and the 30 have this feature. So instead of the other units, you have to actually manually change your depth. This Vexillar will do it for you. You turn it on auto, and it's going to set everything up just like how you need to fish. We go to the mode knob here. You have color select, which lets you change the colors on your screen if you want by pushing the gain knob here. So we're going to just run through some colors right there. Low power mode is if you're fishing in the weeds. So if you don't want to see the weeds on your screen, go ahead and put her in low power mode and you ain't going to see those weeds no more. Back to normal mode. Auto zoom, so you're fishing in 12 feet of water, so it's going to give you the whole 12 feet on the right hand side of the screen, and on the left hand side of the screen it's going to zoom in on the bottom 6 feet of water. So that's if you're fishing 30 feet of water and you've got crappies that are just hanging tight to the bottom and you really want to zoom in on those fish, you just put it on auto zoom, regular auto zoom, or you have auto zoom 2, which is the bottom 12 feet. So if you have some suspended fish up there and you really want to zoom in on those, that's what that number does right there. The gain knob, advanced functions of that. Excuse me. Again, you have your interference rejection by pushing. This one has 20 settings. This one also has 20 settings. That one, I believe, has 10 or 15 settings, if I remember right. Also, what you can do on the gain knob is push and hold the gain knob and turn it into night mode. So hopefully you can see it on the camera, maybe not, but it changes from day mode, which is bright screen, and night mode, which is dark screen. So if you're fishing at night, it's too bright, turn it on night mode. Also, with the gain knob, if you push and hold that while you turn the unit on, you turn it right into weed mode. So it's a little bit different version than low power mode, but still the same concept. So let's see here, we're going to turn it off weed mode. I'll just kind of show you. There's no fish down there right now. We're going to drop this guy down. I'll kind of show you how everything works. So here you can see my jig going down, 11 feet of water again. There goes my jig down there to the bottom. So if I wanted to zoom in, it's going to change the screen. So there it is, the whole water column on this side, and the bottom 6 feet on the right left-hand side here. Same thing with the 12-foot zoom, back to normal here. If I want my jig to show up, it's a solid red line. Turn that gain knob up, there's my jig. I recommend keeping your gain setting as low as possible. That way your screen's not going to get all clustered up. Also, we can go to low power mode. It's going to get rid of my jig until I turn the gain back up, and there's my jig again. So now that I've gone through all the basic advanced functions and kind of talked to you guys about what model might be best for you, hopefully you can go out, enjoy the lakes this winter, because there's not going to be a whole lot to do. Pick yourself up a Vexilar. They're not terribly expensive. You know, those run in about the $300 range. You know, you get up to the 28s and the 30s. That's about $650 to $700, but very well worth it. I recommend totally getting this, but hopefully you guys gain some knowledge out of this, and hopefully you can keep some tight lines this winter. Thanks a lot.